Welcome to the Stronger Than Your Boyfriend podcast, a podcast for anyone into fitness.
Especially for those of you who feel like you need to earn your food.
We are Heather and Katie, owners of Barpath Fitness, here to help you sift through the bullshit and toxic misinformation that permeates the fitness industry. Today, our podcast is about healing your relationship with movement, from punishment to empowerment.
Yep, people still do it.
They sure do. We are diving into a mindset shift that so many of us need, moving away from seeing exercise as punishment and instead viewing it as a form of empowerment, joy, and even self-respect.
Yeah.
So why is it so common that people immediately think of exercise as torture? You know, we have diet culture, toxic fitness messaging, fear-based marketing, social media comparisons, celebrity worship.
Yeah.
All of these things kind of make exercise feel like it's this form of torture we have to endure in order to punish ourselves so that we look better for other people. It's really annoying, and that's not what it should be.
Right. Yeah, I think, well, if you think about it, going to a place to move your body is kind of weird in the greater context of human evolution.
Yeah.
To have to go out of your way to move. Mm-hmm. But I think that none of us would trade modern society for hunting our food again.
No thanks.
You know what I mean? No thanks.
I'm good.
So yeah, it is hard, and that's why I think, you know, the quote torture mentality is still there, because it's hard to do. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if you talk to anyone of your clients, any one of my clients, online clients, anyone who just exercises regularly, they always say how good they feel.
Right.
So that's the key. If you shift to thinking about how it makes you feel versus how you look, then we've talked about this countless times before, but then you can get to a place where you're doing it for that instead of, well, I got to do this because I hate the way this looks on my body and I hate the way that looks and I ate a donut yesterday, etc. So honestly, that's the general scenario, right? I think people go all or nothing with fitness. They're on the diet, they're on the training, and then when they go off the diet, they start hating themselves for screwing up the diet. Then they go to the gym and do hours of cardio to punish themselves for eating a little bit extra or, you know, drinking a little bit more or whatever. And then it's, you know, this thinking of, well, I got to counteract what I just did. And to be honest, you can't really do that.
Right.
It's really easy to eat a shit ton of calories and really, really hard to burn them off.
Yeah.
So if you do that, the best thing you can do is just get back on it the next day or get back on it the next meal or the next hour. And the worst thing you can do is sit there and hate yourself for it or punish yourself or beat yourself up about it and try to overcompensate. So then, you know, I've also seen this where people fast, they fast the next day or they fast leading up to their big cheat day, which is not a healthy or sustainable way to approach your diet. And, you know, I think this goes hand in hand because people do try to outwork their mess ups, you know, when you can't do that. You have to go in thinking, well, what am I training for? Mm-hmm. Not, am I training to try to, you know, beat these calories or, you know, beat the calories before they catch up to me or whatever. Right. So, and I do think that if you are in a position in your life where you can go to a gym, you have to realize that your exercise, your workouts, your training is a privilege, and not everyone in the world can just, you know, go to work and then go to the gym and move their body. Some people are still in different countries in the world fighting to survive still. And in that, you know, kind of, you know, I gotta work to pay my bills or I have to go gather my food, etc. Not everyone is as privileged as we are here in America to be able to do that. Yeah. So if you shift to that and think of it as a privilege and not a form of punishment, I think that's honestly step one, and it's about bettering your life, not hindering it. Yeah. So I think
gratitude.
Exactly. And like we always say, if you shift to how movement makes you feel, and that's your goal, and you truly, truly believe that, not just, you know, you're telling yourself that just for the moment, I think over time you can start to shift that mentality to thinking about how the movement makes you feel. The aesthetics will come, and it's kind of, it just goes hand in hand, right? If you eat, and you don't have to think about that every single time, although people do show up to work out because it makes them feel good, but, you know, have a goal, have a training goal, have a strength goal, something along those lines, and then it'll shift your focus away from the aesthetics, because when that's your main focus, that's when the punishment sets in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, if I don't look this certain way by this time, well, then I suck and I have to go even harder. So,
yeah. And this cycle of like falling off the wagon, getting back on, dieting, punishing yourself, all that, when you keep doing it, it reinforces the guilt and the shame and the resentment toward exercise.
Yeah.
And so you will be less productive, less accountable, less consistent.
Yeah.
If you keep reinforcing that kind of guilt shame cycle.
And I think that this is why strength training is so powerful, because I think people actually have goals when they start strength training as far as strength goals for certain movements. They want to be able to do push-ups, pull-ups, etc. But when it's a cardio-based regimen, it's a lot easier to have that mindset of, well, I need to go run on the treadmill, burn these calories, and that I would resent that. I would resent that treadmill. I would resent the cardio. I would resent having to do it because it's not fun. I don't like it. So I think it's when it's cardio and you're punishing yourself specifically with cardio, I think that's where it's like,
yeah, totally.
It gets tricky.
That's like the language we've talked about before, because we've talked about this with nutrition, but you can also use it with fitness, where it's like the I can't versus I choose to, or I want, or I am. There's also like the I have to is like very similar to I can't. I actually said that to my business coach the other day, because I'm like working on hiring a full-time person in my other business, and I was like, I have to make this much money.
Yeah.
She's like, don't say it like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, think about it. What do you want? Like, this is something you're going to do and you want to do, not something like you have to do.
Right.
And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. This is my choice.
Yeah.
And fitness is the same way. Nutrition is the same way. Like, oh, I can't have that, or I have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
No, I get to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I get to do this for my body. I get to respect my body and make this choice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's actually really, especially just kind of on the aside of not necessarily fitness focus, but business focus.
Yeah.
I think people, maybe can pick that up with the fitness a little bit more, but with their job, with their finances, I think I have to make this much money or I won't make it. Well, or you can cut back there, do this here, you know what I mean? So
I get the choice to shape my life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think going back to the punishing with cardio and then talking about strength training, it's really hard to have that mentality when you are strength training, because you're lifting a weight and then you're resting. And then you're lifting a weight and then you're resting. So it's not, unless you're doing some dumb shit in between your sets like burpees, then it's not strength training anymore. And now you're just doing a weighted cardio workout, which that's not the goal here. But I think it's easier to shift your mentality to, oh, okay, well, I overate last night. If I'm gonna go in for a strength training workout today, use those extra calories, maybe I can PR on my squat, or I'll feel really good during my deadlifts or something like that. So, but yeah, I don't think I've ever, myself, yourself, have ever known anyone to go in and quote punish themselves with a strength training workout.
No.
Because you can't just lift more. You'll kill yourself. Like, you'll gas out. Yeah. So that's why don't go off your plan. If your plan is your strength training, you're walking on your off days, don't just start adding in cardio because you want to get leaner for that trip, or you ate too much pizza last night, etc. So I don't know. It's tricky. It's very nuanced.
Rewriting the narrative in your head is super important. Like, diet culture, reinforces all these like crazy quotes. There's like so many Pinterest board quotes.
Oh my God.
And they're so annoying, and tweets, and they're like, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, or pain is temporary, or sweat is fat crying. Like, these are all so dumb.
Stupid.
They're really
because they're not even true.
Yeah, I was like Googling them because I'm like, what are these old sayings that used to be like my college roommates used to say, basically, right? And they're still around. But I think it's important that we create kind of our own mantras and our own visions, and we write them down. Like, what's important to your own fitness and health. Think of a time like when you were training or exercising and it felt easy. Like, think of a time when you're like, oh, this feels right. Like, this feels good. I can do this. And try to like take that moment and like embody it more. Yeah. And, versus some cheesy ass t-shirt that you buy on the internet. Like,
or like writing a quote.
Like, I just think people steal these mantras that are not good. And we're reinforcing this thing in our head. So, and they're popular because, I don't know, fitness like
Yeah.
sex sells,
Yeah.
aesthetics sell, these stupid quotes about fat crying sell. But like we need to rewrite kind of the narrative in our brains. And so if that, if that involves you creating your own mantra that's not stupid.
Yeah. I just maybe at first it'll be hard it is hard for most people to get in there, to get into the gym and be consistent, but it shouldn't be that hard to where you need to like pump yourself up every single time you go to the gym.
Just go.
Just go.
Just go.
Because it's not, that's the other thing. It's so nuanced because it should be hard. That's also, it should be hard. And it's a different, when you are strength training, it's a different kind of pain.
Yeah.
When you do it for a while, you start to like it.
Yeah.
But it is pain.
Yeah.
I mean, at first, if you, taking a newbie to strength training.
Right.
And just, for example, like a tricep push down, like on the cable, you could really isolate it and it burns.
Burn.
And they're like,
what is this?
Yeah. But then eventually you start to you push for that when you're training. Yeah. So that is another way to change your relationship with it and realize, well, over time, it all kind of sucks. We've talked about this.
Right.
Going to train, it's great, but it also sucks. I feel like no one really looks forward to like, high rep squats or whatever, everyone, even if they're the most dedicated bodybuilder on earth, probably has a strength training day where they're just not looking forward to it, or a day where they're just not feeling it. So, and that's okay too. But it's not, because I do want to make sure that people realize you don't have to be like, I can't wait to work out every day.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean, if you're not feeling that every day, that doesn't mean you're punishing yourself going to the gym either. It's just finding that balance where you're gonna get up, you're gonna do it, or after work you're gonna do it on these days of the week, and you're not gonna miss.
Yeah.
Or if you do miss, you're gonna make it up, and you know that you will. So, I don't know. It's a tricky balance to find, because not everyone is like us and they do it for a living. But even you and I are just like, today, not feeling it.
Yeah.
But it is easier for us because it's our job, our livelihood, and most people are just doing it to be healthy, stronger, fit. So, hire a trainer. It's easier to get there. So, I mean, that's kind of the holy grail of fitness. I mean, everyone if you could, I would say I would get a trainer for everyone, at least just for a little bit.
Yeah, it's
because
super helpful.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with business. Getting a business coach has been life-changing.
Yeah.
Like, it's anything. Getting someone to help you, hold you accountable, and coach you.
Yeah, and having a trainer or a coach I think is so important, even just for a little bit, because they can coach you through that pain or coach you through that
what
feeling.
What is pain versus what is just muscle burning.
Exactly. Because, I'll have clients even who've been with me for years, like, oof, like that didn't feel good on my shoulder. Like, well, what didn't feel good about it?
Right.
So did we just did your muscle feel like it's catching? And then, I had this happen the other day. Like, a couple, they've been training for a year, just something kind of popped or something during a bench press. No, form was great, nothing out of the ordinary. It was okay. And then I was like, well, just try to stretch it like this. And then she felt a pop kind of back into place and it was fine. Not like it dislocated. It wasn't that extreme, but I think just having other people there to just kind of talk you through it.
Yeah, I think it can be scary for people when they're like, oh, I don't think I should be feeling this.
Right.
To have someone there and be like, actually, that's okay.
That's okay.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, the extreme with back pain.
Yeah.
People who've had back pain and they're coming in, they're doing some hinge type movement patterns like deadlifting. They're afraid and it might hurt, but then it's, pain is a scale too.
Right.
It's okay to have a little bit of pain, but if it's unbearable, obviously we want to probably stop what we're doing. So, and I also think a trainer and a coach is really important for the nutrition aspect. Not that we have a team that we work with as far as nutrition coaches, because it is very emotional, but also to just have someone there to talk to you about, well, how do you feel when you eat these foods? Are you getting enough protein? If you did drink a little bit, you ate pizza, I'm not going to sit here and punish you because it's the day after. We're just going to proceed as normal.
Yeah.
So even if you already know this, having someone to talk to about it, I think is important. Who's your, the person that's guiding you, the mentor. Yeah. In your own fitness journey. So
totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So I think it's important to establish a why, right? So with anything in life, but with your like what you're doing too, with your workouts, with your nutrition, you have to get beyond that like honeymoon stage of your fitness. Just like with dating, you have to get beyond the like the newbie stage.
Yeah.
When after honeymoon stage, you're gonna lose some excitement, and so the discipline has to be there. So kind of like think to yourself like, what does it look like when you don't want to work out, but maybe you do it anyway? Right?
Yeah.
It's not, oh, I have to, I'm going. You know, what does it look like? And also, what does it look like when you don't want to or feel like working out and you honor that?
Yes.
Right? Like think through those two scenarios, really.
Yeah.
And understand that they're both healthy.
Yeah.
Right? Like they can both be good.
Yeah.
We're not saying like, don't ever skip the gym or skip the gym when you don't feel good. There's something in the middle there where you're listening to your body, which we've talked about in an episode before. You're listening to your stress levels, you're understanding like, and you're not obsessing. Like that's the important place. So how do we find that middle ground?
And here's the two camps generally, and obviously everything is very nuanced, but you got one camp where maybe someone like me, someone like you, where we don't miss workouts and we are feeling a little off. We would be the type of people to just push through anyways, when we should be those people who should just take the day off,
I will sometimes take the day off to make it up.
Yeah, make it up. Yeah. But, and then you have the other camp where it's really hard for you to go to the gym and you're like, I didn't get enough sleep, I don't feel good, and you only work out a couple times a week or one time a week, and you're skipping because not everything is feeling perfect. Now, I get that there's a gray in between there and a middle ground, but I think generally most people fall in either of those ends of the spectrum. So, and you know who you are, and generally if you're just like, I don't want to do it, this is hard, like life is hard right now. And then on the other hand, you're like, I'm going to do this no matter what, no matter how I feel, no matter how much I slept, no matter how shitty I feel, I'm doing this. And you know who you are. And if that is the case, then you'll be able to kind of dictate that day where you're like, should I go?
Yeah, I think you should just always err on the side of the thing you don't want to do.
Exactly. And that's the most uncomfortable thing for people. Whoever you are, you're going to it's going to be really hard for you to choose the opposite, right?
Choose the discomfort.
Exactly. And that might be someone like me to just rest. Don't.
Yeah.
Like calm down for a day.
So, I believe in you.
I do. I've gotten a lot better at that over the years, but I'm just like, more chill. Yeah. And more chill about it. Because you realize the more years you have under your belt too, what works, what routine works for you, how much volume even works for you. And even if you're not actively trying to learn your body, you just do if you're strength training.
Yeah.
Years and years.
When I was powerlifting, I was like seriously tracking volume, right? Volume, intensity, all these numbers. I had all these metrics and I had specific amounts of load to hit all the time. And Whoop does track that actually with workout. It's like you hit this many pounds or whatever. But even now, like I don't track any of that shit, but I can tell when it's off. Like I can just feel it. When I'm like, oh, my volume is low this week. Like I did not work out as intensely. Like, or oh wow, I went too hard. Like I can just feel it for the week, not even for a single session. Yeah. Like it's so interesting. Like you just start to get to understand it.
And it takes a lot of years. Yeah. It's kind of that feeling where, I have clients who they haven't been working out as many years as I have as far as strength training, and maybe they'll have like a work trip and they were sitting a lot, and it's kind of that feeling where you just know that you didn't move that much.
Yeah.
But it's kind of in relation to your strength training, load, volume. Are you doing too much this week? You just learn it. Yeah. So it's that intuitive feeling, just going back to the work travel person, their hips feel tight. They just don't feel good because they were sitting all day. Yeah. And I think that's kind of step one to figuring out your body, because most people don't think about that. Right. Who don't really move, who aren't really active and don't strength train. They don't think about that. They sit all day, every day. They sit in their car, they sit at their office or at their desk, and then they watch TV and sit. So I think that's kind of step one. Like if you do move and you are trying to move a little bit more and you strength train, and then you have a day where maybe you have a road trip or something where you're sitting a lot, you start to feel it, but then it builds beyond that. Yeah. And then you're like, damn, I didn't get enough volume this week. Yeah. Like I didn't. And I have clients who they don't care to learn their body, but they do say if they're going on vacation, they missed a week, they're like, yeah, I feel like I need this. And they don't even really know how to put it into words. They're just like, I need this. Like, I need this right now. So yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool. Kind of forces you to learn your body because you're so aware in the moment. Even if that set is only 10 seconds, you're really aware of your body for that 10 seconds. You can't think about anything else.
Right.
Right? I mean, yeah, you can scroll your phone in between sets, but when you're doing your set, you're very much there.
Present.
You can't be not present when you're lifting heavy ass weight.
That's very true.
I mean, if you want to hurt yourself or, I don't know, fall over with a bar on your back.
Yeah.
Like, can you just imagine not being present while you're doing a set of squats?
Yeah, that would be
crazy. Anyways, very scary.
Yep.
So, yeah. But, I mean, we have to know that also our own bodies, your body evolves too. So maybe you have been strength training for a while and you used to be able to do heavy deadlifts, you know, heavy squats, whatever, but maybe that was 10 years ago and now you have chronic back pain for something. So, I mean, obviously that's not evolving in the best way.
Yeah.
You wanna address that back pain, but I think it's, you know, we always talk about it, the comparison to your past self, whether it's how you looked in high school or what you could lift 10 years ago, you know, in your 20s or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the worst comparison. And I think
agree.
that kind of sets someone up for that punishment mindset of, well, I used to be able to do this, but I can't do it anymore. I used to be able to do push-ups, but I can't do it anymore. You could always train for what you used to be able to do. It might not be as far as specific weight on the bar, specific loading, but most people don't give a shit about that if everything feels good.
Yeah.
Like, well, I used to be able to squat 225, and then maybe they're squatting 125, 135 with perfect form,
Yeah, maybe it
ass
looks
to grass.
better. Maybe it feels
they feel
better.
better.
Yeah.
That's just a silly example, but
Yeah.
I think you have to realize that about yourself too.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I think
age.
Aging is
Aging
like
is a
a
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Things change. There are seasons to life, and
Yeah.
people are just like in complete denial about it.
Yeah, yeah. And you have to, like you were saying, identify your triggers.
Yeah.
Labeling things bad and good is not good. I mean, we obviously know, okay, doing this movement is better for me than this movement. Eating this food is better for me than this food, you know, as far as health goes. But if you're just saying that's a bad food and I can't have it,
Right.
you can just say, I don't want that right now. It's the can't versus won't. I won't do it. I don't want it. So if you can change that one thing, I think everyone would be in a much better position.
Who's the home decorating person? The woman that's like, does this bring me joy? What's her name?
Wait.
And then she like throws it out if it doesn't.
Oh,
Gosh dang it, I can't think of her name.
was it on one of those HGTV
Yeah,
shows?
yeah, people are probably screaming right now.
Oh.
Like, she's like a feng shui person.
Okay.
She has a book.
Love that.
She's a badass.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's how we should think of things like,
Yeah.
does this serve me?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
versus like, I can't.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. I love that. I don't know what you're talking about. But
I'm going to Google it.
yeah, Google it right now. But I think a good practice could be listing out, if this is you and this whole episode is kind of hitting home.
Marie Kondo.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who watch.
Yeah, they were probably screaming it.
HGTV was the shit back in the day. House Hunters?
Oh, I still, whenever I
Still watch
travel
House Hunters?
and go to a hotel.
Oh yeah, you
I turn on,
HGTV?
because I don't watch TV at home, but
Yeah.
I turn on HGTV. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, House
House
Hunters.
Hunters.
International.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know who that is. That was so popular back in the day.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that if you list out behaviors that feel wrong to you or create negative experiences for you, I think just writing them down.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
You don't have to have any specific feelings about it either, other than, okay, this might be a trigger for you. Write it down. I think just writing it pen to paper can really help, and maybe keep it nearby and just know, you know, try to actively think about, okay, I'm doing, you know, especially the cardio example. Cardio is good for you. Like, you should do it. But if you're that type of person that flirts the line of, I'm doing too much because I'm like, oh, I just want to burn this fat, or I ate too many fries last night or whatever.
Yeah.
Just keep, know that.
Right.
And just be aware if you do have a day where this is structured, this is part of your plan. You're going for a hike, don't turn it into a run just to sweat more, you know what I mean? So it's like, just take a deep breath about it. So
Yeah, totally.
it's all good. Movement is good, so don't make it a punishment. And I do think your body knows that. Don't you?
Yeah.
I think your body knows, because of your mentality, when you're going in and I keep looking at the treadmill just because I'm like, there it is. That's the
Yeah.
one thing that people hate. I think your body just knows. Like, this isn't serving me right now versus, okay, maybe you're going for a hike and this is fun and you're in nature and you're talking to whoever you're hiking with and you're sweating a little bit, but you feel good and it's kind of hard, but you can, chat with people. Like, I think your body knows that. I don't know. I just think there's a big mentality shift in swing.
Yeah.
And when you are punishing yourself, you have those negative hormones just kind of flood your body, negative thoughts.
I've never really thought about this, writing down like the negative stuff. Like for me, it's procrastination, I feel like. It's cleaning my house and even like working.
Oh, yeah.
Like I will do, if I really don't feel like going to the gym that day, I will do those things first because I'll be like, all right, well, I'm being productive, but really like I want to prioritize the gym. I need to do it first.
Yeah.
Like that's interesting.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it.
that can look different for everyone too.
Yeah, that's just my thing. It's weird.
Some people
I have a very clean house.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like some people need to do certain things before they do other things.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to do shit before I work out. Like I'm going to work out and then do a bunch of shit.
It's so impressive.
Well, yeah.
Like,
I
I'm not
just
that
don't.
person.
I just won't. I just know myself. I won't want to do it. I would probably still do it, just knowing me. Like if I had to work out later after all the shit.
But the first thing you do every day is work out.
I just don't
always
want to.
been like that.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. I just don't want to do anything until like that just starts the day. That is what we do.
Yeah.
We. And then I find myself really productive and for everything else. Like I'm gonna clean the shit out of my house. I'm gonna, I don't know, go get errands done, whatever I need to do. So I don't know. It's just an interest. Everyone know yourself. You'll learn yourself. So or like
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Time of day is still hard for me. I train all over the place.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
I think all that
Just
matters.
me. I've never been a structured person.
Right, and I think all that matters is that you do it. And some people, I think most people do need that same time or like around that same time.
Oh, no, it helps. There's also, I should probably look this up, but I believe there's also research on consistency on time of day.
Yeah.
Because it does, like, your body tends to, like, kind of adapt a little bit. So it is better for you to have a consistent time to work out. Which I don't.
The most consistent people, and I know this.
This is true,
I know this just from working in commercial gyms. You see, in the afternoon and evenings, that like 5 to 8 p.m. busy time, a lot of different people, a lot of the same people in the mornings.
Every time.
Every time. It's the same people.
Yeah.
They don't change. Maybe there's like a couple new people here and there, but it's the same people.
Yeah.
I think that is because you don't have anything getting in your way.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
But again, this is where you have to know yourself.
Right.
Some people aren't going to do that shit at 6 a.m.
That's very true.
Some people they just can't. They're just not morning people. And that's fine too. But I do think the morning I think I read like 7 a.m. is the most consistent time for people. Because it's not like super, super early, but it's before work and stuff. So where they can like maybe have a cup of coffee, then go hit the gym or something. But if people had a choice, we talked about this, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Hands down, I think that is like
a
coveted time.
I'm trying to make it work.
Yeah.
But I have meetings at 10.
Yeah.
And I train clients at 10.
Uh-huh.
Because I live in everybody's
time.
retired at, Yeah,
it's the retired people.
So they love 10 a.m.
Yeah, 10 a.m. I don't know what it is about 10 a.m.
Everybody wants that spot.
It is, I just think
so funny.
They got the morning for themselves. And when you're retired, you don't have to do a bunch of shit. So you can just
I want to read, they actually read the paper. I want to read my paper.
Yeah, do Wordle. I want to do Wordle, and then I want to come. Drink coffee, maybe have a little snacky poo, and then they want to hit the gym. Yeah, but anyways.
Okay.
So,
all right, so there is one cheesy fitness quote that I do like.
Okay, which one?
Trust the process.
Yes.
I like that one.
I like that. It's a good one.
It's legit, right?
Yeah.
We can't look for short-term gratification.
Right.
And that says that in it, which I like. We have to understand it's a lifelong pursuit, and it's also a life-changing pursuit,
right?
If you stay consistent. But you have to make it sustainable and somewhat enjoyable to get there. Therefore, punishment is not going to help you.
Yeah, you're not going to stay consistent if you have I'm going to punish myself mindset. You'll never stay consistent.
Yeah.
You will be the on and off the wagon worker-outer, exerciser.
Yes.
Seriously, you will, because you're gonna punish yourself, and you're gonna resent it, and then you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're like, I would rather just live my life and enjoy my life. And if you do it right, fitness and moving your body enhances your life and makes life more enjoyable. So you have to figure that out.
Totally.
So.
And I think it's important, we've talked about finding a coach, but I think it's important to also mention if you are using fitness as punishment, there might be another professional that you should seek out. Right. Especially if you find yourself constantly punishing yourself, or you have body image things. Therapy is very, very helpful. Sometimes people use fitness as like a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
So having a therapist or professional help can help you really talk through that. So highly recommend.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, other tips.
Yes.
Have a program. Can't stress this enough.
Yeah.
You don't have to hit everything 100% in your program, but give it your best shot and adapt when needed.
Yeah.
But the program is hella important to keeping you consistent in the gym. There are, there's 12 weeks in your program, let's say, like stronger.
Yeah.
And you can only get stronger in those 12 weeks if you do the work and you come in consistently and progressively overload. So you do the work, even if it's not perfect, versus going to the gym without a plan. Right. That's not going to keep you there.
That's stressful.
Yeah.
That's really stressful.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you tend to do it only when you either feel guilty or want to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Additionally, choose activities you enjoy, right? We talked about that. But resistance training is so important.
Necessary.
Like, I don't understand the people that are like, I hate lifting weights.
Yeah, I don't get that.
But there are
either.
people that say that, and I'm like, I feel like you've just never really understood how to do it. Yeah, like, I don't know that I've ever met anyone who's actually like had a goal, gotten stronger, become more functional, had less pain because of resistance training, and then was like,
I hate
sucks.
this. Yeah. Everyone loves strength training because of that reason.
Right. There is something to be gained here for you.
Yeah.
For everyone. Longevity, function, bone density, injury recovery, confidence. There's something there for you.
And if you are that person, hire a trainer. Your mind will change.
Yeah.
Seriously, your mind will change.
Yeah. It is literally the key to mastering life.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. I just
go pick up a weight.
Go pick up a weight. Being strong is the best. Yes. Everything else is just going to that's the thing. It doesn't really feel good in the moment. I mean, it feels good, but then it sucks, But that's how it should be.
Yeah.
It should suck. And, we talked about before, people are like, well, I'm bored. Like, let's do other things. Okay, well, do you want subpar results?
Yeah.
Like, do you want results, or do you want to just go to the gym?
Right.
So it's like, you're going to be doing a lot of the same shit in a lot of weeks in a row. And then you might change that rep range, but you're doing the same shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it, but don't do it in a way that you're going in, you're driving to the gym, and you just hate your life. So you have to figure it out. But have a community. I think that would help. See what other people are doing. You know, people who are like the most consistent not trainers, but I mean exercisers in your life. Yeah. Ask them. Like, what do you do? How do you do it? What motivates you, or what keeps you consistent? So I think that's important too.
Yeah,
surrounding yourself with other people in your life who do it. It's actually funny. A couple of my clients, they started with me, and they're coupled, so they're married, and they eventually got their partners in.
Oh yeah.
And I think especially specifically one couple, I don't think he really wanted to ever train. I don't think it's his favorite thing, but I know because his wife trains with me, I think he's consistent. I mean, he comes once a week, but it's whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I just think it's, I don't know, it's people in your life. It's like, I look good now. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, and then obviously having me there is just like, well, someone's there waiting for me. I'm going to show up. I'm not going to cancel. So
having some support is important.
Yeah.
There's like in like the yoga theories and such, when they talk about like enlightenment, there's like a whole theory about like if you're, surrounding yourself with enlightened people, like you will eventually become enlightened.
Yeah.
Like it kind of feels like that.
Well,
right?
Also the other saying of you're the product of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing with fitness. So
find your healthy friends.
Find your healthy,
Not your friends that go out and drink every single night.
Yeah, and that's okay if you do that too.
Yeah, hang out with them sometimes.
Yeah.
They're cool. They're the fun people.
They're the fun ones.
But maybe not every night.
Yeah, not even every weekend.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna then that's a whole thing with your sleep.
Yes,
and
totally.
Anyways, but yes.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yes.
All
I
right.
feel like that was good.
Yeah.
Let us know what keeps you consistent, not consistent because you're being punished or you're punishing yourself. Or I feel like it would be good if people would share their experiences if they did have this issue. I think that's always good to talk about. Join our Facebook group.
I kind of feel like almost everyone has experienced
fitness
as punishment.
Punishment, yep.
Yeah.
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 So, all right. Peace out.